For Biafra must be restored, for there is nothing the enemies can do about it. We have come that the will of the Most High may prevail. Radio Biafra is unorthodox. The way we do things are markedly different from how others do it. We are under divine instruction. We have come that IKECHUKWU may take control of these very proceedings this evening, for we are nothing without him. O Elohim, unto thee we repose all that we are. Do not allow your children, IPOB, to be put to shame. Do not allow us to be devoured by the hands of the wicked. Do not allow us, O mighty one, to fall prey to those who do not know thee. You will deliver us, not because we are righteous, but because of your mercy. Hear our cry and our supplication. We are not armed. We have not killed anyone. We have not jailed anyone. We have not done anything at all to warrant the level of destruction and carnage being visited upon your children. The same way Israel suffered, so is Biafra suffering today. And if you, Elohim, can deliver Israel, so will you deliver Biafra. That is our hope. That is our anchor of everything that we hold dear as a race and as a people. You brought Biafra that light may come into Africa. You gave us hope because we are in a continent of hopelessness. And by thy grace, Biafra shall be restored. We shall be resurrected. We shall crown our efforts with the glory by the grace of the Most High himself. We are not strong. We do not pretend to be strong. All we do is to submit ourselves to your will, that your will may be done upon our lives. We have lost many people. We have lost so many good people. Their sacrifice will never be forgotten. We shall honor them, and for their sake Biafra will come. Israel lost people, and today Israel is here as a beacon of hope in a land filled with darkness. We beseech thee, Elohim, because we are wandering all over the world, hoping against every hope that things will turn around for the better. It has never turned around for the better. Instead, it is getting worse. Please do not abandon your children. You have given us a commission, and we must accomplish it in our lifetime. We have come to honor your holy name. We have come to praise thee. We have come to honor thee, that your name may be glorified, adored, and praised forever and ever. Ise, Ise, Ise.
Good evening, fellow comrade and lovers of freedom. I thank you all this evening. My name's Mazi Umeh, and I'm reaching you out here from United Kingdom. And it's 9 minutes on top of the hour, presumably the same in the Holy Land of Biafra. Today is the 18th day, year of our Lord, June 18, 2023. And I still remain your humble servant of indigenous people of Biafra here in the United Kingdom as North London coordinator, to be precise. Tonight, as you all know, Biafra Alpha Power Media is standing in the gap of Radio Biafra, regardless what anybody or any means you might thought of it. Unequivocally, we are here to beckon and continue to sensitize those that are actually the members of IPOB that have taken up their shoes and slippers to took that oath of honor to serve their nation. Forget about the shenanigans going on social media, on the misinformation that we're getting from those that are supposed to know better than those that are sold out. But like we said, we hold no apology to any idiot. There is no propaganda around this platform because you were solemnly standing in the gap for Radio Biafra is where we worship, is an hallowed platform. Today shall not be an exception, but today is pivotal because it has to do with our leaders' welfare and the conspiratorial, those men that have employed to work for IPOB that decided to catch out on IPOB. I will remind them what happened in 2015, 16, 17 that gave birth to the common criminal called Ifeanyi Ejiofor from Orifite. Tonight, I want to start by acknowledging IPOB members around the world to you to understand their position in where we are going this time. As an IPOB member, is a privilege, as our leader have proclaimed. That's why anybody you see today have to attach themselves to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu or to IPOB to relevant. That's a prophecy, and it has come to pass. I just want to remind you that you took an oath of honor to serve your nation. That oath must be honored regardless what you're going through. Do not take excuse as an ignorant, because at the end of the day, you are now building a generational curse to those unborn kids that know nothing about what you have sworn upon. Many of us that have going from one pastor's house and imam to encounter what our generational curse, you cannot break them. Some of us, our forebearers did something that we cannot break. It's unbreakable. Any oath that is attached to blood, you cannot break it, like IPOBs. I'm telling you tonight. That is my peaceful advice to you. Now, I want to sensitize some of us that might have emotion and sentiment. Let's think carefully, if you care to know. I want you to Google what Cabal means. Cabal. The definition of Cabal. The definition of Cabal is simply mean, if you go in Oxford Dictionary, it says some common synonyms of cabals are conspiracy, intrigue, mechanician, and plot. Why all these words means a plan secretly devised or accomplished an evil, treacherous, and cabal typically applies to political intrigue involving persons or some eminent. Now, you might have a good intention, but don't forget that a good intention might be bad intention when you try to go outside IPOB. Always when I mention Uchemofo, people does not understand the reason why Uchemofo can never go away as long as IPOB live it. I will tell you equivocally, Uchemofo stop any fraction. When they come off with think tank, Uchemofo kicked against it. When they come off with the ABU about women, Uchemofo knew, because anything fraction will mess IPOB up at the end. Just like Onyendu warned about finance. I want to warn tonight, who care to listen? Whoever you are, you might think you are more IPOB or you love Mazi Nnamdi than any other. Any name you fronted that is not IPOB, George Umeh will come out on this platform and shred you. I repeat, any man or woman that fronted any name that is not IPOB, I will come out on this platform. This platform is standing in the gap of Radio Biafra. It's sponsored by no man. It's under IPOB United Kingdom, under leadership of Mrs. Strata. I'm saying it tonight loud and clear to everyone that want to listen. Any man or woman that front any name that is not IPOB, I will come after you. I don't care who you are. Take it to bank. I said it tonight. IPOB is one indefatigable under the leadership of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I sworn an oath to protect this family. So I want to make it out. Cabal can be built. You don't even know you're building Cabal. Cabal means when you go outside IPOB agenda, on your own agenda, personal agenda, means Cabal. That's what we are fighting against. I will stop here. Now, tonight is about the man. I hope some of you have seen this what I put up on the screen here. Because, you know, when we come with facts and figures. We just don't show up without saying things the way it is. As you see, our flyer tonight was about Sunday emergency. It requires that we come on air to let things to bear, as we normally do. The host is Mazi Umeh, Alpha Power Media, standing in the gap of Radio Biafra regardless. The two criminals you've seen on these pictures and so-called Sam Ezekome. Ezekome is a common criminal. To hell with all of them. If you compromise, we pay you to do work for us. Ejiofor was nobody in Abuja. I was scavenging in Abuja for so many years as a property manager. We know how lawyers do, especially in the zoo. And Providence brought this idiot in IPOB when Obete was recommended by our former deputy Uchemofo. I want everybody tonight, regardless what Uchemofo have done. I live in UK. Uchemofo can tell you tomorrow that I judge Ume since all this is going on. I have never contacted him. I have his personal. If I want to contact, I will contact Uchemofo. I respect that man immensely. Because you know why? I know my reason why. I was in IPOB when we are going through turmoil. Nobody like that guy. Take it to bank, I said it. I'm not blowing his horn. If is there any man that above Uchemofo, show me that man, I'll tell you who that man is. Uchemofo know his limits. You know, in life, what makes you a human being is know your limitations. Ejiofor, all the audios that happened to Ejiofor, if you trace it back, Ejiofor orchestrated them. Remember Ejiofor family compound when the so-called Zoo military invaded it? How was it looking like and how was it looking today? Did you ask yourself, how did Ejiofor manage to build those houses? Set up cameras and all those bulletproof doors. Where did he get the money from? How comes overnight he can afford all this before now? For you to ponder about now. Ezekome was somebody he brought because he know he's facing criminal charges, defrauding people on his own lane. He's a property lawyer in Abuja, which you know how zoo system works. What Ejiofor has been doing over time all these years was getting our people out under money. We pay money to get them out. Only you have said it, I can bring the records back to you. Now, Michael Ezekome, Sam mean nothing to me, to be fair to anybody. Sam mean absolutely bunkum. As far as he studied under zoo, because he claimed his Sam. But who foresees him, which is the Attorney General, is Malami. Malami is a stark illiterate, he's a jihadist. The man is a jihadist. He knows nothing. So how could you come and tell me you're educated? I'm going to play some videos here at the end of the day. But I want to make something abundantly clear before I continue on this program. As you're looking on the screen, you can see these both men, these both two criminals. I'm calling both of them Mike Ezekome. I'm not giving him Sam. Sam is us. I said it, George Ume. I said about this because he was sacked. This guy they call Ejiofor, for him to deny Andy Uba that helped him to go to school. His father did not. It came from all of us, some of us come from a poor family, average family in Biafra land that we migrated. And I, George, cannot speak ill against those that I know that helped me when I was there, down below. He lied against those that helped him. You know the kind of, he has no reputation. He has issue with Andy Uba. Andy Uba, he said Andy Uba never pays school fees. Tells you all you need to buy. His character should remind you who Ejiofor is. I grew up in Idemili. Ejiofor could not come to my father's restaurant back in the days, including his father. Let him go and inquire about me. He will know who I am, like I'm talking about. He blocked me on Facebook, which is pathetic because I told him the truth. We don't blow our horn. We say the way it is. It doesn't matter. It can go to hell. I don't give a crap. And I will advise Michael Ezekome, Sam, please, it's better you discharge yourself with honor. But if we find you write anything contrary to what has been said, you are sacked. You can say Mazi Nnamdi kind of family. Onyendu have sacked both of you because when was the last time you went to visit Mazi Nnamdi Kanu on the SS dungeon? After the charade that happened on the last court, both of you were giving interviews because you want to be called at the back. And now Tinubu have entered. You know, we see protests, but I'm going to play some videos here. People want to be relevant to talk about Onyendu, even though things that has nothing to do with our leader. Onyendu have relieved this their duties as they have compromised a standard. These two men, I will give you the videos where you can see their complicity is in parallel. We don't say things without bringing evidence with us. That is why Alpha Power Media representative who don't lie against any man. The recharge card media warriors now is now exposing themselves. They are now saying openly that they lie against individual, which is they blackmail people under what they told them, because none of them, I don't say things I don't know. I can, if you have, since Alpha Power Media and George Umeh have emerged, come out and say one thing that I said that is lie, and I will clarify it. Live on air, with my face. I don't hide my face. These two criminals have been sacked from IPOB. Chike Doziem, the vegetable himself, the chronicle of a saboteur, Chike Doziem, the vegetable and the enemy at the gate has got nothing to do with IPOB. Chike Doziem, they're running a parallel, nothing to do with IPOB, which Ejiofor instituted. I will show you the memo that Rita Eze, you know, the guiding principle. I'm going to bring it up here. I need some paragraph there before I move on. I want to put their faces on air before I say what I want to say. I'm going to go more in depth on the sacked. I'm going to still bring this back when I need them. Now, what I want to bring up now here to you guys to see is this particular important document. For some of you who does not know what we are talking about, we're not here to play games. Anytime we come on air, we come up with evidence. Now, this was what written by Ejiofor and sent to. We did, like I said, if you want to see the full clip or whatever that transpired on this transaction, go to Alpha Power Media or UK. Alpha Power Media, for those that don't know, let me clarify here. It is not individual platform. It's not owned by George Umeh. Alpha Power Media is under UK IPOB till tomorrow morning. Nothing has changed. It's not my platform. I don't own platform. People know my personal Facebook account. I don't stream from it to lecture some people who does not understand how the real world functions. Now, what I want to signify here is that this is where Ejiofor started all his menace. Ejiofor is a magic, a very dangerous individual. But he's forgotten that people that in IPOB, Onyendu say 100 men and women will clean hard, IKECHUKWU and will give us Biafra. Onyendu was not mimicking. He was precise in what he was saying. Now, I want you to pay attention before I go into the depth of the night program. This is the second page of the guidance principle. I want to read where it is significant, which is in E. I will start from E to F. He said every fundraising activities must be approved by IPOB Finance and Auditing Department until further notice. That means whatever Onyendu says is quite irrelevant. Madam Nyanya is nowhere to be found on this. Now, on F, he said Rita Eze Isi is deemed as authorized representative and has the authority to manage all finance operations, sign, execute documents, and contracts in the name of IPOB and Mazi Umeh without any further authorization by Mazi Umeh. End of discussion. You know what that means? It means that whatever they have said remains that way. Onyendu cannot reverse whatever they have agreed upon. That is not how IPOB functioned. I want to remind you tonight. Anything we say is the way it is. Now, you know, last week we have an uproar about the issue of Onyendu being not allowed. The private physicians that came to see Onyendu, he had the devils on himself, what is called Chinas, and what the devil's child, the slave child, came on air ranting that they're going to operate Onyendu, they're going to give him anesthesia, he's not going to wake up. He fabricated so many stories about our leader. This was Onyendu's wish. They was going to do extensive examination about our leader to ascertain. We've been shouting that Onyendu needed medical attention by his own personal physician. When Ejiofor and Mike Ezekome does not visit our leader, from the last valid day, the day they take that date of September, they have not visited Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And to be fair, Onyendu don't even want to see these individuals. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu do not want to see Ejiofor, including Ezekome. If Ezekome, if that man respond in any of this issue now, Chineke Ekwensu will punish his generation. I will be on air every day because of Ezekome. I'm saying this loud tonight. Ezekome, whatever the fuck you are, I don't use this word often. If any day you respond to this, you've been employed. When you sacked, you go back. I live here in United Kingdom. I have contracts. When my contract finish, the people laughing with you, they're not your friends, you know. On a job level, the man is laughing with you. He's sacking you the next day. There's no laughing about it. Taking your laptop and your phone to the next day, they don't laugh. That's the standard of how things the real world work. So why would you be, questioning if you've been sacked or remain in IPOB as the elite council when you have compromised? We'll give you the evidence on North Shell. But what I'm saying tonight, Ejiofor memo. Thank God that our erudite special counsel, Aloy Ejimako, have come and put up a proper press release, which I'm going to upload here in North Shell. I'm not going to read more, but I want to point out something, because they said that they went to go and do a secret operation to our leader. The drug addict in South Africa, I have his video here, which probably time will permit me, I will play it. If not, I will come back on that, where the guy was confessing on who he was lying. He was speaking Igbo. He was taking this as a fun. The guy was saying that now he's making money through Facebook. I do not make money on what I do. That's why I don't see me online on daily basis. And this platform is owned by IPOB United Kingdom, not by Mazi Umeh, not by any individual. Alpha Power Media is under, I repeat, Alpha Power Media International is under UK National in conjunction with UK Media and Event. It is not personal property. I don't own it. For your information. If you know anybody that's drenched that don't understand this now, get it straight. Now, what I want to say tonight is this. I'm going to upload the first thing that happened that Biafrans need to know. Because at the end of the day, when we come on this platform, we come with evidence. We don't just come up here and start talking. This is what Ejiofor wrote. Ejiofor. This is the Ejiofor write-up. I put it there, but it's the Ejiofor's deceit. This is what he said in Facebook, but I put it on PDF. Because we don't just come on air. We do works. This is a platform that is actually on standard level. Before we come out and say things, we have to have our facts right. Now, Ejiofor, in his demented mind, wrote this garbage here. Now, I want to ask Biafrans, I want to see where the red rice is. He said, indefatigable Onyendu. That's a deceit. That word, Ejiofor is a lawyer working for IPOB. Why are you using the word indefatigable? You are not an IPOB member. Because you, don't forget, you took oath to serve as an attorney under the zoo government. It's not supposed to be sympathized to IPOB. If you are following the oath you have taken, it don't need to be sympathized. It must be. Listen, in this country, we have even Igbo people that are actually lawyers that edit some of our people to go for asylum. They will be neutral in their jobs. Because when Home Office found them being involved, Home Office now will say, why are you meddling? I want to educate Ejiofor a little bit. Because he studied in the zoo, he's still in the zoo. That is why you could see the difference between Ejiofor and Ejimako. Even Simon Ekpa on his own, dilemma can actually point out to this fact. Like I said, even a madman can make sense when it's needed. Now, this man called Ezekome, Sam, is somebody that Ejiofor brought to intimidate those that are around. Because there's no need of Ezekome coming into this case in the first place. Ejimako was there. Ejiofor did not know what rendition was. It was when Ejimako explained. And there's no case against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He cannot charge Mazi Nnamdi Kanu any case without establishing where he brought him back. That is where the rendition plays in. Onyendu has no case to answer in the zoo court. Ejiofor is a common criminal. Ejiofor is a facing fraud case in Nigeria. In Nigerian court, because Ejiofor was a property lawyer in Abuja. One of his clients is defrauded. The person have sued him about 6.something million naira. It's a case he has to go and answer. That is fact. That's one thing I want to take from here. I don't want to bring on Wasle, which they call Chinasanwo, the faceless monk. Remember they said they smuggle some lawyers to doctor to go and operate Onyendu to kill Onyendu. They're going to give him anesthesia. I want you to look at this so-called press release Ejiofor wrote. On the number 1, I marked it up with red. Listen carefully. He said, I will read above before I come down. He said, it's important to make a following statement, stroke clarification. Ejiofor writing, not me. Ejiofor writing. He said, the medical doctors that attempt to see Onyendu last week, Tuesday, being 6th of June, 2023, we are not there to participate in any surgical proceedings, but to first meet and interface with Onyendu on the primary basis. What were we saying? Ejiofor said this, but Chinasanwo and the Irats said that they went to kill Onyendu, they went to do operation. I'm going to bring our erudite special counsel's memo because that's what the only memo that is irrelevant. The reason why I brought this up, I want you guys to know tonight. We have been saying this for over time. I don't know who Chinasanwo is. I don't want to know who he is until he put his face like I am George Umeh. My face is out there. I'm not here for fun. I'm not making money from this platform. I am working under the oath I have sworn under my generation. That is why I'm here. I'm not here to make friend, to make enemy. Once you are in that part of IPOB code of conduct, you are my best friend. The day you deviate, I don't care who you are. I don't give a monkey's who you are. I will shred you. Nobody asks us to come out here. What we do it in the name of the oath we have taken. This is Ejiofor, not me. And that is the only thing and like you said, is reversed. You can see here, Alpha Power Media reversed this. This is quite irrelevant. That's why it says reversed. I'm not going to read anything. I want you to see that is Ejiofor's writing. It's copied in on PDF. It is not me that written it, so I have to give you the, say, we moved on, signed by Sir. He called himself Sir. Ejiofor SESQ in bracket KSC. IPOB lead counsel, but it didn't show up. The day will have a landslide, which I'm going to play the video. May God have mercy on all of us. And this memo here, which is quite irrelevant, I want you to know that Paul Chike Doziem has got nothing to do with IPOB. He can't speak because he's dumb, deaf and dumb. He's a common criminal. Chike Doziem is a common criminal. But let me tell you who misled Chike Doziem is Abani. That nitwit. Abani, like I said, you know why they cannot Ejiofor just blocked me yesterday. 2 days ago, Ejiofor blocked me because of this issue. I wrote something. I didn't screenshot it. He blocked me. Anybody can go to Ejiofor's, the day Ejiofor wrote that, go to, if you know if George Umeh is lying, go to that particular, those that can access Ejiofor's Facebook account. Go on that particular this particular. I want you to go down to this particular write-up. See what I said there. That day, Ejiofor blocked me. He blocked his father, not me. He blocked his generation, not me. Like Chike Doziem, I don't gossip. Like I tell people, I don't gossip. Gossip is not my. I don't waste time within. I fight enemy head on. That is what Onyendu taught us. So, what I want to say to you tonight is this. Paul Chike Doziem does not represent IPOB, not Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Take it to bank. These are a bunch of criminals. Chikedozie, I wanted to come out and speak. I warned him from the day that idiot mentioned George Ume on Radio Biafra. I told him he sowed the seed of decoy because I know every of their dealings they have done. I have not spoken about them, but I'm challenging Chikedozie and Austin Agba and that nitwit. Any day, any of them will mention my name, I will naked them on the street. I will stop there. It's quite irrelevant. Now, let's go down to the real man. The press release on 17th of June 2023 from Aloy Ejimako to all media is addressing the all media. For a very long time, they threatened they're going to kill him. Their assassination attempts have gone to him. This man have remained to the cause. We are paying him. He's working for IPOB. There's no prejudice attached to it. He doesn't show sentiment. He's an evil man. But if you have any iota of sympathy on IPOB, she don't show it because he's a professional. Ejiofor says he's the most trusted. Ejiofor is a criminal. Ejiofor is from Orifite. Ejiofor, don't forget. Orifite. What is your father's name in Orifite? Ejiofor, I never heard of that fucking name in my whole lifetime. When it comes to Orifite. You know, to be fair to you. Now, I want to read this press statement to verbatim tonight for a reason. I know some people have talked about it, but quite irrelevant to me. Now, our erudite special counsel said to all media, is addressing media. I'm quoting him verbatim. Subject regarding the published press release by one Chikedozie. One Chikedozie tells you that Chikedozie is no longer the head of Directorate of State. I want to remind Biafrans one thing here. If you don't have our code of conduct, I will make it available if you're an IPOB member. The only permanent seat in our code of conduct is our leader, Mazi Umeh. Any other post is based on your performance. Chikedozie is woefully failed in every ramification. Now, he said, one Chikedozie that has banned me from independent medical doctor from visiting Mazi Umeh at DSS. My attention has been drawn to a defamatory press release presently in active publication and circulation, signed and distributed by one Chikedozie. I love that one Chikedozie, purporting to be leader of IPOB Department of State, which is not any longer. Stating that he has banned me from visiting my client. Can you imagine? Let's be fair here. Where is Chikedozie live in basement in freaking Switzerland? You don't even know how Onyendu looks like as we speak. A man that sees Onyendu 2 days, he giving him, he abandoning him. Listen, I have been in prison before, though. I have been in prison before. I have. Not for crime. But maybe you were arrested by not committing any crime. But I decided who come to see me. In a Western world, it is not something you have to question. Onyendu decide who sees him. And Meme said it in his last visit with Onyendu. For clarity's sake, that Mazi Umeh makes decide who sees him or not. Like Ejiofor does not have access to Mazi Umeh out of his conspiratorial activities that has been unabetted. For some of you who does not know. I will carry on. Now he goes on and said that Mazi Umeh at DSS where he is being detained extrajudicially and unconstitutionally. Additionally, in the same press release, the said Chikedozie stated that he has banned me from taking independent doctor to the DSS to visit Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from purpose of making an independent assessment of his present health care and needs. In the same token, the said Chikedozie uttered warnings, grave threats, innuendos, and false allegations against my person and the Kanu's family. Firstly, Let me make it crystal clear that according to the court order on visitation with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, it is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu alone that possess the solemn power and discretion of choosing whoever he desire visitation from. It is not me. It is not you. It is not a Jofo. It is not a Jumako. It is not Meme. It is not Kanu Takanu. It is Onyendu. Solemnly Onyendu decide that. For avoidance of doubt, for those chicken heads out there, no other person can choose or impose visitors on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, not even the DSS. Can DSS brought to Buhari tomorrow or so-called Jagaban to go and visit? We tell him to go to hell. Is the decision to speak or not? Standard on human rights, which is United Nations working human groups have come and said that Onyenu should be released unconditionally because rendition is a state acting crime already on its own. The IPOB and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's lawyers or relatives, therefore, this Chikedozium and his Inc. have no place in this matter of who is approved to visit Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, but it is his lawyer, his doctor, or his relative. That is fact. Second, it is also Mazi Nnamdi Kanu alone that has the power to invite a medical doctor of his personal choice to have a visitation with him. He had done it in the past in August 2022, to my knowledge, and even as the visitation was mysteriously blocked at the last minute, my effort and follow up with the doctors guarantee the very first and only independent medical option that is being used today by all his lawyers and others in advancing his case and pressing for the urgent medical attention he required since rendition. For avoidance of doubt, it was Mazi Nnamdi Kanu who directly assigned this task to me as part of my complex brief as a special counsel and as part of the all-round effort to general and urgent independent medical care that he requires. There is nothing in this crucial task that made it necessary that this matter of health, which has been urgent and heroically must be exclusively to just one person, and that my humble self and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's and family should be excluded from matter concerning his health. It's not going to happen. Thirdly, the same publication suggested that this Chikedozium unrightly admitted that he and his Inc. were part of the grand conspiracy that had blocked the two doctors chosen by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to visit him on 6th of June 2023, just because I was the lawyer that had, as part of my brief instruction, prepared the letter introduction the DSS had demanded for the visitation at the last and crucial minute. This is shocking. Ominous to say the least, but leaving the aside for the moment. Let me sound this note of warning. When you block independent medical doctors from visiting Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, even when you knew that it was him that personally choosing these doctors and inviting them, you must know that you are deliberately endangering his life. Think about it, Chikedozium and his gang of criminals. Think about this, because a day of reckoning is coming. This is shocking. This is shocking. and ominous to say that last, but leaving the aside the moment, let me sound this note of warning. When you block an independent doctor, which I have read, now I'll go back again. More so, it is pertinent to drum it home that it is inherently evil for anyone to use the life and death matter of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's health to settle phantom calls with his family or any of his lawyers. Remember these words. I know it might be in English words, some people might not just as the phantom calls. Maybe you try to think, like you have done it, like what people do is naturally done something, without even thinking about the consequences of it. So going forward, any person who is still walking this dangerous path should be well advised to cease deceit, and pedal back. If you persist, this costly, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the whole world knows will soon stop you, because it is so wrong and he does not play with his life, with his health, like you are doing at the moment. Finally, the highly publicized and sectionalized statement by this Chike and his Inc. that my humble self and Kanu family and 2 other doctors were blocked on 6 June constitute danger to the life, health, and safety of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been noted in stone and will be dealt with at forums and place of my choice. In the meantime, I am dealing with the private threatening issues against my persons and family on account of such grave accusation. This is kind of heartbreaking that we have a lawyer, China Sanwo, have come on air and threaten, even mention his name. But one thing I want you to take home, if you listen to what Ejimako have said here, his press release was like impeccable. He can't falter it, he can't question it, and he go back to what Ejiofor wrote here, because that is where they drive their agenda is from, that they took doctors to go and kill Onyendu. But even their own so-called boss, because for avoidance of doubt, Ejiofor is the one running the so-called dogs. They're not DOS. I'm talking about dogs in small capital letter, DOGS, dogs. The dogs that are back, that cannot even bite. These are the men. These are evil men within. But this, our errant special counsel have, God has in infinite mercy, exonerated him, because now AGO4 have confirmed that those doctors were not there to perform any surgery to Onyendu. They were going there to assess our leader's condition, but they blocked it twice. That's what tells you all you need to know. I have to move on from this place now, because I don't really have much time. But now, as I have played all this now, there's one thing I want to let Biafrans know. How did we get here? How did we get where we are? Let me show you what happened.
For Power Media International.
Well, reaction is that the court has delivered its ruling in its wisdom. It's the same court that gave judgment on the 13th of this month, ordering a release or a discharge of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But the same court in its wisdom has this afternoon, though a different panel, but the same court of appeal, held that there should be a stay to that same order of discharge, meaning that...
I don't want Biafrans to... I know a lot of people have played this video, but it's not playing the video is the issue. It's getting the actual point of this matter. Discharge was granted on the 13th of October. You know, as we're talking about here, the stays, the discharge, you know, we're talking about the stays was granted on 28th of October. And what do you ask yourself? Where was Mike Ezekweme the Sam? Let's give him Sam for avoidance of doubt. We say we disrespect him, or give him Professor Mike Ezekweme Sam. Where was he? This jobless idiot was in Florida attending a summit, while a crucial verdict that Onyendu, the milestone that Onyendu has won, was appealed, and there was a stay. Did anybody know this man as an IPOB lawyer? Where is a Ejiofor, the lead counsel? They did it. You know, in life, you don't deal with people that is beyond you. We keep information. At the right time, we will expose that information. The reason why I was granting was because the court found the Ejiofor affidavit to be defective. And hearsay, because a lawyer is not allowed to give affidavits for a client. How can you give affidavits for a client? Ejiofor is meddling. He's meddling within IPOB, even meddling with the law. Ejiofor could not establish that Onyendu house was invaded from 10th of November, 10th, 11th, 12th till the 14th, the onslaught took place. Ejiofor could not establish it for how many years? For officially, even Bintaya could discharge that case because dismissed him from court. Because there was not a iota of filing to establish that Onyendu house was invaded by Zoo murderers. And he given evidence against your client. That's why I told you. The guy was carried away to the extent that he even making mockery of the oath he took against the Zoo so-called law, whatnot. Listen to the man. Alamajiri they brought an Aflani man that actually accepted. Just listen to him. I don't want to say too much on this.
Nnamdi Kanu will remain in custody. That is, for us as lawyers, we don't have anything to do, I'll say, until, especially knowing that the substantive appeal itself is before the Supreme Court. We go to the Supreme Court and ventilate the case of our client, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So that is the hope we look forward to, especially against the backdrop that they also made a consequential order that the record of appeal should be transmitted to the Supreme Court within 7 days. That gives a hope, an indication that the appeal will be heard within a record time. So we hope that will take place. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yet that, even on the record of the court, that the lead counsel...
It's quite pathetic that somebody was tapping the guy on the back to give information. This is how low this man could go to sold Onyendu out. Where was Ejiofor this day? Where was Ejiofor? He brought Ezekweme to cover up his incompetency. He is a common criminal, as he is facing charge of, defrauded one of his clients. They sold out these days. This is the ingross subordinate. This is an ingross sabotage by Mike Ezekweme to abandon his duty as the so-called Sam and went to Florida and attended summit, while we pay him arms and legs to represent our leader. Because I want to play the last court sitting they went before they get us September. You hear Ezekweme's and this idiot body language. But let's finish listening to this man.
Chief Mike Ezekweme, who brilliantly argued the appeal on Monday, this application against the federal government, is presently attending the International Bar Association Conference in Miami, Florida. So I heard his brief. Thank you.
Okay, he has attending the International Bar Association in Florida is more important than IPOB have paid him. You see how incompetent a man can be, and send a Fulani man to accept what is unacceptable. The milestone win of Onyendu was sabotaged by Mike Ozekome and Ejiofor. Ejiofor was, if Mike Ozekome was not there, but Ejiofor is writing, he's telling me he's the lead counsel. Let me show you one thing here. Ejiofor said to you that he's the lead counsel, isn't it? Ejiofor said here, you can see him sign here. I said, signed, Ifeanyi Ejiofor, ESQ, dot, in bracket, KSC, IPOB's lead counsel. My question to you, if you are not demented, where was Ejiofor on this day? That was a milestone for IPOB. And it was reversed because those that were supposed to know better sold out. You know, we don't just come up, we don't just wake up and start talking. We talk with facts and figures. Now, I want to show Ezekome's last quote where he was talking. That's something I want to extract from there before I move on and say what I want to say.
Biafra Power Media International.
Yeah, good morning.
I want you to see this man's face. You know, if you're a detective, ask any detective, they don't just deal with what he said, they look at your body languages. Look at this man from when he started wiping his face and all that and listen to him. Forgot about the cut and join English he's speaking. This man is fucking down. What he's talking is jargon. I live in the UK. The word he's speaking, I live in the country that invented it. I live here in UK. And I know that people have dealt with, he wouldn't dare come close to them in his miserable life with all his so-called Sam. I'm not bragging. That's fact. But let's listen to him.
Yeah, today's proceedings border essentially on the main appeal, which we believe was ripe for hearing. When this case came up on the 27th of April, Thursday, 27th of April, the Supreme Court ordered the federal government to file their brief of argument as appellant within 6 days. They had asked for 5 days, but the Supreme Court was gracious enough to give them 6 days. They did not file that brief until Tuesday. Even when they filed it on Tuesday, I discovered that the brief was 53 pages, more than the threshold of the 40 pages allowed by the Supreme Court. I'm not the kind of lawyer to embarrass.
I want to say something here. Listen to the man. Look at the man. He said he's not the kind of lawyer. You know, this is a sentimental word. Sentimental. We implore you to do job for us. What you're looking from your opponent is their weaknesses. I want Biafran to listen carefully. If you don't want to call this useless man called Mike Ezekome out, this is where you should call him out. I will edit the video again, differently from what you've seen today or now. If you don't want to call Mike Ezekome, I'm not putting professionals, that's Sam to him. He's a useless man. I, George Ume, said it. Take it, quote me anywhere. You are not the kind of lawyer. Now, you found your opponent that you want to advance on, made a mistake, which you're supposed to capitalize on. I use the word capitalize. Let me use it again. That you should take advantage of. He's telling us that you are not the kind of lawyer. Double standard words. This man is an imbecile. Michael Zokome, whatever. I said, George Umeh, I want you to respond. Mike, listen, our special counsel have written. Write anything. All your generation. All these things you run around giving interview about Biafra, you are pretending. All of you are hypocrites. Sycophants from the pit of hell. You are not the kind of lawyer. We paid your ass to work for IPOB. So when you find any loopholes that you have to use it against your enemy. If you're real, I would like you to continue exposing your incompetency and idiocy for Christ's sake.
Of the 40 pages allowed by the Supreme Court. I'm not the kind of lawyer to embarrass opponents. So I told the Supreme Court, I told Ghazali SCM from the Federal Ministry of Justice and his junior, I called them.
You know, it's very pathetic. He is now advising them, telling them how to do their jobs. Look at the man that is called Sam and the so-called professor. You have an advantage over whoever your opponent. Then you couldn't use it. Then he's telling them what to do. And what do they do? What do they do at the end of all this? Because you're giving them what you should have used against them. He told them what to do. You know, you're advising your adversary what to do. Not to work for IPOB we paid you for. He's a common criminal. Quote me anywhere. Michael Zekome, I don't put professor, I don't put Sam. To hell with this monk. He's an idiot. Till tomorrow morning.
I then also wrote to them that the practice and convention at the Supreme Court is that a brief should not exceed 40 pages. So they had to file another one on Wednesday, which they served us late on Thursday. We had only the weekend to prepare.
This is what happened when you dilly-dallying with your enemy. Now they're going back and forth on each other because it's a plan work. And don't forget, after this proceeding and this verdict was passed on, Ezekome and the so-called Ifeanyi Ejiofor for the league council did not go and see Onyendu. You can see, he wrote in his memo that he went to see Onyendu. Let me show you the memo Ejiofor wrote. And the day they went to see Onyendu, the last day they went to see Onyendu. Because you know, we like to put things in a perspective that you can see. Look at it here. It was on the, what was it again? On the 3rd. On the 3rd of June, he's claiming they went to see our leader. If that was fact. 3rd of June. That was when this medical practitioner that communicated to come. But he come to see Onye on the 3rd of June. 3rd of June. And if you actually went to see on the 3rd of June and 6th of June, the medical practitioner came and he blocked it. Who is lying to who here? Ejiofor has been manipulating. And you can hear Zekome. He's driving the ACN what to do and how to address them, what they should do. You shouldn't take advantage of their own incompetency or illness now to go drive home and make the world know that these people are not serious. But you're there wiping your idiocy on publicly and telling them what to do. Let's listen to idiot.
Respondents brief, which we duly filed on Tuesday in the morning and served them. So from all intents and purposes, the appeal was ripe for hearing. But today, the federal government came and said they wanted to file a reply brief. I told their counsel, you can even, these points of law you are showing me which you want to file formally, you can stand up and say them orally, verbally, and we will not oppose. In any event, you are saying we raised a preliminary objection in our brief. It was raised in our brief, not as a separate document. But I believe that their own intention was to stall the proceedings, because he said he had the instruction of the Attorney General that he must reply to it. I said, no one is saying you should not reply. But it doesn't have to be in a written form. You can reply orally. We have all done it now and again by replying orally, verbally. He will not do that. So the Supreme Court said, in order not to show them out, they will give them a short time to file the reply within 2 days. Then I begged the Supreme Court, I pleaded with the Supreme Court to give us the shortest possible date, even this month or early next month. But they looked at their calendar and their docket that is pitiably full. It's so unfortunate this is the busiest Supreme Court in the world, because all manner
it doesn't really make any sense. The fact remains that this man does not want anything. I want you to quote me anywhere. For the mere fact that he's suggesting to his opponent what to do and telling publicly that he's not a kind of lawyer, that is a high of gross incompetency in any professional in the world. Everybody, how do you excel against your opponent? You're looking for a slide, even winning. People win with mistake. So when I find you do mistake, do I have to correct you on your mistakes? That's what Michael Zekome just done to the zoo government. He's telling me that the man is real. I played the first video where he is supposed to go and represent Nnamdi. He was in Florida attending the so-called bar association in Florida. He was a gallivanting in Florida with IPOB money. Ejiofor was nowhere to be found, claiming Reed Council. So I want to make it abundantly clear. Ejiofor and the Zekome, I want to put this flyer up for avoidance of doubt, was not sacked by anybody. It was sacked by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu itself. Let Ejiofor come out and tell you that you see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu 101. They're not going to have a field day. I want him to respond to Ejimako's a press release. Press statement. Let's see. Ejiofor is copying and pasting. He's not real. He admitted that the doctors that went to see Onyendu was not going there to do operation. But Chino someone was telling you, oh, they're going to do operation to kill Onyendu. The idiot that called himself Mwachinek in Malaysia was shouting the same thing. These are pseudo people. Their face is not there to. They are not here. Nobody knows them. You know who George Umeh is. I live in UK. People knows me. My comrades know my house. I'm not hiding. If you want to try, and you see what happens, bro. We've been there, gone there, got going. I decided I joined IPOB and I swore an oath. You want to come after me? Do so. And the distribution will be all over you. I'm not here to entertain people. No. To hell with you. I give up everything I've worked for. I don't have to blow my horn. When people are talking, don't talk to me like a baby. I'm being there. Let me tell you the truth now. I'm going to be 50 years this year. 50 fucking years. I'm not a baby. Anybody talk to me like I'm not a child. I'm not your baby. For some of you that join IPOB, yeah, my siblings, you can't even stand in the front of them and speak. I said, I'm going to be 50 this year. 50 fucking years. Don't come to George as he's talking to a little boy. I'm not. And I can proudly tell you that what I have done, probably some of you have not accomplished it. Because I got many things behind me. Don't fuck around, George Umeh. I joined IPOB. I've given up everything I own in my life to this struggle. Because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is DSS dungeon. He never disappointed me. Any of you are quite irrelevant. I don't have a permanent friend. Any day you go contrary to our code of conduct, the devil you don't know will visit you. Because I'm the nightmare you will never wish to see. So I want to make it abundantly clear tonight that these two criminals you see on the picture here have been sacked by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They have been looked at it because they're compromised. There's no two ways about it. Anybody saying Kanu Takano have to write about it because he's the direct brother of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And he is if Mazi is not there today, Kanu Takano takes over. in Igbo tradition, when the first son is there, the second takes over. So Kanu Kanu is performing his duty as Mazi Umeh younger brother. His brother has been held incommunicado, and as an IPOB member, which I told you from onset that whatever Mazi Umeh Kanu have highlighted, it should be your concern. Tell me one thing Kanu have said that is a lie. Even this one now that we're talking about, Ejiofor have confirmed it. What Kanu have said that is a lie. Meme is in Nigeria, which is his younger brother. So Meme and Kanu communicate. And with respect, Meme should have pulled that, but he couldn't because he respects his elder brother. So it comes from Kanu, from Onyendu directly. It is not Kanu. This message comes from our leader, Mazi Umeh. And the same way Ejiofor come and Ejiofor have gone. Don't forget that Obete was actually recommended by our former deputy leader, Uchemonfo. And I know that all hell let loose then against Uchemonfo, that is his friend, that he want to defraud IPOB. The same, everything that is why me, George Ume, I'm not flabbergasted about what is happening because I've been there before. I lost my first Facebook account in 2016. I'm not playing. I don't make money through Facebook I'm not looking for fame. I don't want you to follow me. That is not what I'm here for. The message will reach to those I want that message to get to. We are not looking for followership. We are looking for the 100 men on this side. This message is going to those 100 men and women that is pure. You have to search your heart and know what you want. It's not from jumping from frying pan to fire. You want to jump from frying pan to fire. You say, oh, there's Cabal, but you're now building Cabal inward. We will not allow that to happen. No. Any man or woman that want to build Cabal IPOB, you might go thunder will fire your generation because people like us, when we come out, I will shred you. I don't hold back on it. I said, I will shred you. If you answer any name outside IPOB, thunder on heaven will strike your generation. I'm not playing here. Take it to bank. I don't have enemy. I don't have friend. I sworn an oath under my generation, not under your own generation. I know the oath, the consequences. I know what I've chosen to do. Do not bring your own, emotion and sentiment or emotion, your emotional bankruptcy. I don't deal with that kind of innuendo. It doesn't work for me. For clarity's sake. Now, I want to say something here before I close this program because it's getting my kids have to go to school tomorrow. We saw the pig of the clique. The
Media International.
I want to say something before I play this audio or the clip, what do you want to call it. In life, one thing is constant in life is truth. And that's one thing I always take from people. When you're talking to me, and in Igbo adage, he said, when you're talking, the person you're talking to listens, but you that are talking, he will speak and forget. But that person he spoke to, remember what you told them. That is one grave mistake some of us do. I started Okubo in 2017, 18, 19, when if you remember Russell, all these people, when he went to Hindu house and bowed down and all that, and he said that if you know where Mazi Umeh is, you're going to protect Mazi Umeh. Mazi Umeh have done what any Biafran, dead or alive, has done. I take it because he accepted. Go and listen to the message where Tony Nzurumike, the so-called deputy director of state, said when they went to visit Asare in Cotonou. These are people that sold us. Asare Dokubo came out to speak, not because he was talking out of the point. There's no charges that pending to Onyendu have to do with NSAS. Simple because they used the NSAS as a tribal issue to NSAS, and Tinubu was on the affair of NSAS. So you want to ignite that. So Tinubu will hold that grudge against Onyendu. Well, let me tell something to him that issue of Mazi Umeh Kanu is not local. Onyendu is an international. And to be fair to anybody, I, George Ume, don't fear for Onyendu's life. I did not fear in 2015, not now. Now we have a substantial evidence. We are going to cut off our appeal 22 of this month. 22 of this month, I will be there live. 22nd of this month, we are going to Court of Appeal. Based on, best man have tweeted that this is the side of every United Kingdom citizen abroad. It's not about Mazi Umeh. So some of you morons don't know. So this man coming to say this is just that he playing on the gallery on what they have told him to say. And because he didn't even say that Onyendu, did he talk about sit at home? No. He was talking about something no one have ever mentioned. He was going out of the box, talking about NSAS. NSAS has got nothing to do with Onyendu. But how did the NSAS, the end game was they turned it into tribal something that Onyendu, that they were fabricating that Igbos are causing mayhem in Lagos and blah, 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 blah. At the end of the day, all the business in Lagos owned by Igbos. How many Yoruba people own business in Lagos? I literally brought up in Lagos. Can't tell me nada in Lagos. But that word he said shows you everything you need to know and who sent him. Now, that issue shows that Chike Doziem and China Sanwo and Gang of Criminal AGO4 are working with Asare Dokubo. I repeat, 2017, it is not AGO4 that removed that grant Onyendu the stingent bail. It was the pressure. Because Buhari thought he was going to have a cruise when he hold Onyendu. And I have to go back to somebody like Omiomio. Omiomio said, he make it easy, the audio have it, I can play it here. That they mounted pressure. He mentioned names. I started saying that the oil theft is going to stop. I said, is he going to control Tompolo? Tompolo is bigger than Asare Dokubo. And other commanders down there in. And when they talk about, people don't know that in Niger Delta there's no oil. It's a pot of export. Just like Anambra oil now. They made it that River Niger, it does not have river. So they know systematically, oil is in nowhere. Eboma, they put pipe where they are now. That is where their exiting point is. Like Anambra oil now, they run pipe to the exiting point. I grew up in Anambra. I grew up in Idemili. We know that oil everywhere. Where you go, everywhere is swamp. We have oil untapped till generation to generation. It does not finish. Now you don't have nothing. But this idiot you seen here, and like I said, Onyendu is a prophet. I have got nothing against Yorubas. Yorubas in UK here, when we are used to do evangelists, we were doing our evangelism in train station here. We've been attacked by Yorubas back in the days. Especially like when you go to somewhere like southeast of London, where you know a lot of them are there. We encounter such issues. But at that time, Onyendu unified us. So we don't want to bring that division again between us, our Yoruba comrades. So our advice, Tunumbu or Jagaban, I know you're delusional, the demented old man, you know. So for clarity's sake, tread with caution. Because if Yorubas want to stage fight with Igbos or Biafrans, you are bound to kill yourselves. Mark my words somewhere. But I want you to listen to this man and see where he's coming from. Because AGO4 and Ezekome has been kicked out. That is why Asare Dokubona came talking about Nnamdi Kanu. He's not saying that Onyendu said what? He didn't talk about sit at home. Because you know, if he mentions sit at home, you know who announced the sit at home. If Asare Dokubo mentions sit at home, he knows who announced it. So now he's going to that Mazi Umeh has no, now they tell Onyendu has no control anymore. That Simon Ekpa wanted to hijack. The same old story. And now he's bringing NSAS that was unilaterally agreed by the youth of Nigerians, which they cowed them, all of them backed off. What does it got to do with Onyendu? There's no court of law charge against our leader about what happened on NSAS. And as Onyendu is today, before you charge Onyendu to anything in zoo, first of all, you must establish how you get Onyendu back to zoo. That is where extraordinary nation is playing in. But I want you to listen and see where Chike Doziem, China Sanwo, they're all working with this guy. Listen to him.
And Nnamdi Kanu was walking free. What did he do? He poured petrol. He was walking free. He poured petrol on the flames for NSAS. Now, he has been caught. What of the people who have died? This is a criminal. He should face the law. What of the people who have died by...
Imagine in a pipeline guide and a militant that we are pardon, state pardon is calling him Onyendu a freedom fighter, a criminal. Tells you all you need to know. How can this bloated tomb called Onyendu a criminal? While the man is seeking to guide a pipeline, that's one thing I make clear tonight. The oil that we are coming from to Niger Delta does not belong to Niger Delta. I don't call Niger Delta our Izom people on the coastal region of Biafra. I don't use the word Niger Delta because Niger Delta means we are the river on an ocean bank top. That's where Delta comes from. So I'm talking about the coastal region of Biafra land. The oil that we're exporting from there is not from them. It's coming from our land. Ohajegbema now, Anambra is the highest deposit oil in the whole Nigeria because I brought up there. I can tell you categorically, I know what is there. You woke up in the morning, you see oil sobbing up. Then that oil was running back to Niger Delta. When it stopped, they now have to come back from the source. They have been mining for years, but it stopped. Now they have to trace it to the source. The source is from us. Because the river is flowing it down to them. So now they have been taking it, but now they have to come to the source. That's why you see what's happening in Anambra today is happening in Anambra. But how can somebody as a militant calling a freedom fighting that's still standing? A man that has opened his mouth and said, Mazi Umeh has done what no Biafran dead or alive has done. He said it with his own mouth. After Tokubo, not me. He said it with his own mouth. To tell you all you need to know. And our leader is still standing. Onyendu is still there. Regardless of all this show. That's what I'm saying. Bro, I'm not here because of anybody. My eyes is on the ball. The only person I'm looking up to is Mazi Umeh. Nobody else. If you fuck up, Amadioha will strike your generation. Take it to bank. That's how I said. Let's finish with this audio.
As I'm talking, Nnamdi Kanu does not have any control over what is happening in the southeast. Simeon Ekpa had come out pretending that he's with Nnamdi.
How did he know that he didn't have control of anything happening? If he's not the enemy within telling him. Onyendu have a control. But that's what they want to let people know. Even the junkie in South Africa said it. That they are the people that push people out. So he's telling Tinubu, but Tinubu, or whatever your name is, we are watching Yorubas, you know. Don't get me wrong. You know, all your hypocrisy or your psychophancy or your chameleon in lifestyle, we know all these things. I brought up in Lagos, so I can tell you categorically. But you people cannot emerge with us when the time is right. Take it to bank. Onyendu has not been charged with anything to do with NSAS. When this matter prompt up, nobody can bring any evidence. So if that's where you guys want to go, because they have told you, they know they have gone nothing against Onyendu. But even before you establish that, how did Onyendu get back to Nigeria? That is where we're waiting for you guys, so it's quite irrelevant. But this bloated tomb that is here is no other. It is, you can see the press release from Chikedozium. It's your first statement. And this man now is the only man they will use to try to. They go to Tinubu to threaten us. But we cannot, you know, if Buhari could not subdue us in 8 years, who the heck is Tinubu? Who is Tinubu to subdue Mazi Umeh? It's not going to happen. We are here, and we're going nowhere.
He has actually plotted a coup against Nnamdi Kanu to take over the leadership of IPOB. That is the truth of the matter. So releasing Nnamdi Kanu is rewarding criminality and rewarding gruesome murder of innocent people. He should face the law for the actions and the instigation he has carried out.
So actually, he wants to ask a question. All these things
for Power Media International.
And anyway, there's no more reason why allowing this to play. And to be fair, tonight, I think I'm going to shut this broadcast up here. I will definitely come back. And the sense I want to show quickly here before I leave. You know, our Elodite special counsel, Ejimako, often tweet about Onyendu's. Last week, he came up with Onyendu's inspired tweet. I'm not blowing Ejimako's horn because Ejimako is under the employment of IPOB worldwide. And is a special counsel to Onyendu. And I have a couple tweets here to show you. And these things are things that need to make you understand who is actually there to represent Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. All these words here is inspired by Onyendu himself. So, and one thing I must have to tell our special counsel tonight is this. It does not matter what the enemy, the arrows they are throwing at you, you must remain infringing on your part and deliver to the oath you have taken as a lawyer to do what is needful. But I know so many of us have read this, but the reason why I'm bringing it up here, and I have his film, his works piled up. I'm not going to play them tonight. I'm going to have a subsequent program during the week. So I'm going to have my time to be able to deal with these issues. And regardless of the slave child, his last broadcast and all that, I have to go into in-depth of it. But tonight won't give me the chance because I've gone into up to almost 130 minutes on this program. So I will definitely shorten all this program down tonight with our leader special prayer. And one thing I will say here is that Mazi and our special counsel, you need to be more, stand on your ground because you are a professional and you've been employed to do a work. It's only Mazi Nnamdi can decide who sees him and who is his attorney. Ejiofor was the event that brought him, and the event has taken Ejiofor away. Ejiofor is quite irrelevant. And there's no comparisons between you and Ejiofor. To be fair, I don't want to demean Ejiofor, but I reiterate, there is no comparisons between Ejiofor and Ejimako. And in law practitioner, including so-called Sam Zekoma, you could see when you get paid, you deliver that job without sentiment. And I have to thank you tonight because you have done immensely. I've called your works that I have to play in my next program, but time will not permit me to do that anymore. And I have to thank you, fellow comrades and wonderful people of Biafra, for listening to me. Tonight's exposition is based on the illnesses of Ejiofor, pardon me, and the so-called Zekome, the Sam. These are a bunch of empty vessels. They have got nothing to offer. They have collected money, and they want to mortgage Onyendu's life for their own selfish interest. And we are saying that we're not going to allow that to happen. I have a video that I'm going to leave you guys with. I thank everyone who want to listen to me. And may IKECHUKWU continue to guide and protect our leader and the family for Onyendu, especially the second after Onyendu, which is Kanu Takano. Kanu Takano, you have to continue doing what you're doing. When people are saying that it's IPOB that employ Ejiofor, I want them to tell me that you're claiming that you love Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, but you have not gone to see Onyendu. It's only what they told you. You are not being there. Kanu Takano speaking to his own younger brother. Blood is thicker than water. As long as you must claim that we're IPOB, before Mazi Nnamdi become an IPOB, he has a family. And that family comes first. Anybody that want to play game with that, then bring your children and your wife and your entire family to social media. Let's see them. If you haven't done that, all of you, to hell with all of you. I want to thank all of you to listen to my voice tonight. And I'm going to leave you with Onyendu's special prayer. And may IKECHUKWU continue to bless all of us, guide our leader, protect his family, and this wonderful family of IPOB. I'm talking about the resilient ones. And remember the oath you took. Our oath is generational curse. I'm not going to go into it tonight because I don't want to waste too much time. Thank you for listening to me. I'm a IKECHUKWU. Bless every single one of you. IKECHUKWU.
Biafra Alpha Power Media International.
Onye anyị na-efe na-agọzi aha nsọ ya, onye duru ndị ya n'ụzọ ije si ebe niile dị iche iche ma ala Biafra, anyị na-enye gị otuto, anyị na-enye gị nsọpụrụ, anyị na-enye gị ịja mma n'ihi ihe gbasara IPOB zuru ụwa niile onwe ebe ọbụla ị gara ga ahụ IPOB nwa ụmụnne m n'ime nzọpụta na nwere onwe Biafra. Anyị ji ofu obi were ịhụnanya were mmekọta nwanne na nwanne wee na-aga ije ihe na-asị na ọbụghị mmadụ dị ndụ mana ọ bụ nsogbu Biafra. Anyị na-asị na Biafra ga-agapụta nke anyị ise ọgbọ bụ ndụ mmiri ndụ azụ nwa mmadụ nwere nwa mmadụ ha anyị na-ekwu ọ ga-adịrị Biafra na mma ise ihe Chineke na nke pụrụ ihe onye ọbụ ya nwa na onwe ya kere anyanwụ ka anyị na-edewa n'ime mmụọ na eziokwu
Anybody I curse is cursed. Once I condemn you, you're finished. Ask the those that tried to take over power when I was in prison because I valued them, thought they were doing what we all swore to do. As soon as I went into prison, they started to connive to take over power. Where are they today? Because I cursed them.
So what is this? What you like? What you like is in public. What stupid country is that? What stupid country is that? I ask. They're killing my people. They're killing IPOBs. They're killing my people. After killing my people, you tell you to them in secret. The person is mad. Mad, completely mad. Tell me, that's what I said. That he's mad. He cannot tell me. He cannot tell me.
Absolutely nothing. Nothing. I need them to understand this. We've crossed the Rubicon, the point of no return. There is nothing anybody can do. Biafra will come.
Biafra Alpha Power Media International. Biafra Alpha Power Media International.